everybody, it's Angela's Endeavors. I am going to the area that I like coming to at Fairview Cemetery in Bluffton, Indiana. There's a lot of empty spaces here from unmarked graves that they have been forgotten, and their records and stuff have been lost by the Monument Center. And it's just a shame. And sometimes the old graves are buried underneath the dirt. They don't bother coming to dig them back up and expose them back. But right now we are coming to visit my grandma, Betty Barley. She served in the U.S. Navy during the Korean War, and she was the only female during the Korean War that the color guard came out and did a service for. So they said that was the first and only time that they'll be able to do that. So she was always breaking records. Looks like somebody left a penny for her. That's sweet. She was born in Grant County, Indiana, and her family were early pioneers of that county, the Barleys. They started so many businesses, and to my knowledge, she's the only one in the Barleys that's buried here. She has family that's out here, but as you see, a lot of empty spots, and some of her family is buried out here, but we don't know exactly where. I mean, there's a lot of old stones. I'll approach this one over here. My family. Got the Kleins. Elizabeth Klein was my fourth great grandmother. She married William DeShong. They're buried out in the Murray Cemetery, which is a really old cemetery. It has fallen into disrepair, and a lot of the stones are pretty much non-readable. And there's a lot of veterans that are out there and over here. Sometimes I try to go out, and because there's one called there's a site that actually sells headstones for $25. It's called Mark Every Grave, and so far I've gotten a few, and I'm still trying to get a little bit more. Here's one of the old stones that's out here. It's got flowers up on the very top. And the last time I was out here, I had, it looks like one of the stones have fallen down. They don't pick them up over here. I had come out and there was a dip in the ground, and next thing I knew, I uncovered these. Looks like it needs uncovered again. There's one. And this one was a bigger one too. It had fallen into the ground. There's the bottom, and the top part is right there. So I don't know how many others are underneath the ground. But the cemetery is so pretty. My dad is out here. He passed away, it'll be 10 years in October. My dad never knew his father. His mother kept that from us, and she took that to her grave. And in 2018, I had done a DNA test with Ancestry, and then 23andMe, and I ended up finding out who my dad's father was. His name was Ronald Ray Durham, from around Seymour, Indiana. And it was through a second cousin that I found out exactly who my grandpa was, and I'm so grateful for that, because they are really good people. I'm just taking a walk over this way. There's a small part that's dedicated to the 1812 soldiers. Because I know not too many people are able to come out here if they're in other states. So I will come down here because I don't live too far. It's about, I don't know, about 25-minute drive from me. Such a beautiful day today. Thought I'd take you along my journey. I've been coming to this cemetery since I was really young. It's a place where I find calm for myself. And I've been called morbid and a whole bunch of other things, but that's not it. Looks like there's a stone here. Yeah, there is. There is a stone here. And I wonder how many others are over here. It's right next to a tree. This tree seems to be taking a lot of the stones and knocking them over. The Monument Center was quoting me at $400 to put concrete down for my dad's stone, which is ridiculous. But here are some of the War 1812 soldiers. We have the Sturgis, Studebaker families, the Hartman, the DeLong, Rhodes, Nelson, the Sway, looks like Sway, excuse me. But there's Carnes, which is family. Then we got DeWitt, Lieutenant. We got Christ, Warner, George Hart, Feezer, Greenfield, Mosier, Fox, AJ Long. A lot of these are with the Ohio Infantry. Some are with the Indiana Infantry. There's Weisner, another DeLong, Weaver, Christman, another DeLong, a Stafford, Greg, Craven. This one needs to be taken care of. That one's Mitchell. Glass. It looks like Foreman. And my Jones family's out here too. They're a very large family. I'm still trying to crack that code because I grew up not knowing a lot about my family history. It was always hush hush. And I get told sometimes to stop rocking the boat. It's like, well, you know what? You shouldn't be keeping that a secret. Just because some people are illegitimate or the person's father had passed away while they were pregnant. I know back then it was taboo, but it's not anymore. So, people need to know where they come from. If not, they go through life not knowing and feeling that there's an emptiness that they have. Okay, we're gonna get driving out here. So, as I said, there's a lot of unmarked graves. I went to the Monument Center that deals with that. And they said that the records are lost and they don't know who it was. So I have a third great grandma that's buried.